This week on Dear Bros, woman might be in love with her stalker?
What? Also, an entire HOA association is at war thanks to COVID.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to the Bro Down Pro podcast, everybody. This is
I'll
Dear
string
Bros.
it together. We'll
Okay.
start over whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down podcast. I'm Andy Smith.
And I'm Tim Fulton.
And this is Dear Bros.
Dear bro.
Dear Bros, where we rip some advice columns and give our little bro advice. Totally unprofessional.
Yep. We are not
So-
doctors.
First up, Tim Fulton.
We're going to be talking about HOA insanity.
Okay.
So I picked this one for a very specific reason.
Okay.
And I want you to point out when it gets funny.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Funny might not be the word, but you'll see. Oh, that's not me. This is me. So it is actually called Condo Community Feels Effects of Stress During Pandemic.
Okay.
Don't we all? Dear Abby, my husband and I own a condo in a building with 22 units. Because of COVID, one of the HOA board members has posted signs stating rules throughout the building. The rules are typical for these trying times, but the number of signs is obsessive. Many of the residents dislike the signs, but my husband was the one who wrote a nasty letter to the HOA about how many are posted. The board member who was responsible for posting the signs was a friend of mine. Her feelings were hurt, and she had made some snide remarks about the letter. A group of women meet weekly for happy hour, and she and I are both part of that group. I feel caught in the middle, and my husband has had a hard time getting over being mad about the signs, and I know the HOA member is angry at him. I just want to go to happy hour and drink and gossip. Why can't we all get along? So the head of the HOA, this is why I picked it. The head of the HOA is obsessively posting signs regulating about COVID-19
The rules for the association.
and then is going to happy hour with her friends.
Yeah.
She said she just wants to go to happy hour and drink. That
Yeah.
means it's still happening.
Yeah.
So they're making rules and regulations and then going to a bar.
It's a little hypocrisy.
A little bit. That's why I picked this one.
You know what's... Okay, so the lady clearly agrees with her husband,
Mm-hmm.
right? But she doesn't want to tell her friend that because she seems like she doesn't want drama. She just wants to get drunk and bullshit. But
She's aware that nothing's going to change. Feelings are just going to get hurt. People are going to get riled up.
But she's probably one of those people where her husband's like, you use all these fucking goddamn signs around. She's like, I know, right? What the fuck? And then her best friend's like, dude, it's for the safety of the people. And she's like, I know, they're very important. And then now she's fucked because she agreed with both of them. And if there's ever an outing, she'll be like, right, Susan? And then she's gonna be like, and be like, yeah, what? And she's not gonna know what to say.
She should just be like, yeah, COVID's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I get the rules. I get posting a sign or two about the rules. But I mean, are you gonna prosecute people? Are you gonna kick them out of the association if they don't follow these rules to a T? I mean, you're kind of being a douche if you're posting all these heavy duty rules and then going and
Obsessively.
drinking at a bar with no
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah, that's my thing.
You're kind of being
Hypocritical.
So I would more so side with the guy. If she said my friend stopped coming to happy hour because of the rules, I'd be like, all right, she's practicing what she preaches.
Yeah. I would respect that more.
Yeah.
In all seriousness.
But it's like, oh, geez, I need a beer. Hanging all these fucking signs all day. It's a good thing you can't get COVID in a bar.
Right?
So
what's the advice?
So
what the fuck?
So this is advice for the wife who just wants to go to happy hour, drink, and gossip. Why can't we just all get along? Okay.
You know what? People are stressed out. Everyone take a step back. Calm down.
Well, let's think about this for a second. The
Maybe
guy's
we're gonna be
pissed
to a bar.
that there's... So is the guy justified in being upset? Number one. We would have to see the amount of signs being posted.
You know what? This is probably one of those scenarios where you talked me down once I had an issue with a friend, and you basically were like, "You're all being ridiculous.
Yes.
Everyone just stop it."
Yes.
And I think that's what's happening here.
I think it is too.
Yeah, I think everyone, like, it's a scenario where no one's right.
I think that the problem here is going to be two things. Number one, the attitude that the husband and the friend have. And two, the fact that it's gone on this long. I think I get the association person, but for whatever reason in my head, I'm like, if you're a person that makes signs with rules on them.
Well, that's what the HOA does, to be fair.
I know. I guess I'm prejudiced towards HOA people.
They do have a tendency to be dicks.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think what the only possible scenario I see this happening is like, hey, you're being ridiculous. The guy says like, yeah, but like you got to admit that this is fucking stupid. Like we know we see the signs. We don't need one every 5 feet. And she's like, I get it. They're making me do this. I agree. It's too many signs. And he's just like, fair enough. Buy you shot.
Yeah.
But
I mean, how many could there be? There's only 22 units. It's not a lot. It's not a little, but it's not a lot.
I can understand though, like if you own a condo, you don't want to feel like you're in a nuclear hazard site. You know, like you don't want to see a sign like every turn, every thing. But if that's what the association's making her doing, and that's her job.
Well, it sounds like she's the president of the association.
Oh, so she's making the rules.
She's doing it.
So she's okay.
She's making herself do it.
Yeah, I don't know then. Maybe they should do a compromise, like one rule per. You know, they should put it by the mailbox.
They should put it by the front door, right by the front door.
By the front door of the association,
yeah.
And just send out a newsletter, and just say, hey,
these are the rules.
You got the rules. We did our due diligence. Does anyone not know that COVID is a thing? Cool.
It sounds like it's all common sense stuff. That's what she said.
Yeah.
If you're on the hallway, wear a fucking mask. 6 feet
I
apart,
think
blah, blah, blah.
I think what she needs to do is just like keep being super downplaying about this.
Yeah. This too shall pass.
I almost kind of like make fun of them that they're this upset about it. Like bust their balls. Like, really? Gonna complain about signs? Really? That's what we want to talk about all night? Signs? Like, yeah.
Maybe she should call them out. And
that's what I mean.
And say, you're all being ridiculous.
Yeah, be like, I didn't come here to talk about signs and COVID. Came here to get COVID.
Came here to get fucking wasted. Let's go.
All right, let's see what Abs has to say.
Abs says, we are living in trying times, and many people, your husband included, aren't their better selves right now. The HOA board was fulfilling its obligation to the community by posting health and safety signs. They are meant to educate not only homeowners but visitors to the building, but too often they tend to become like wallpaper and are ignored. You are not caught in the middle. Your husband owes that woman an apology for getting snarky, but it probably won't happen unless you insist upon it. If it doesn't, you can always do it for him the next time you all meet for happy hour.
I don't recommend that.
Yeah, I don't recommend that either.
Only because if she does it for him, and she doesn't tell him she's going to do it, if she says some kind of comment thinking that this has been squashed, he's going to be like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with the whole thing about it becoming like wallpaper, though.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You put something everywhere, and now it's not special. So no one looks at it.
Or get so annoyed by it that they don't care about it anymore.
Yeah.
All right, we talked about this enough. Andy, what do you do, bro?
Okay, mine is this lady apparently might be in love with a stalker. At least that's how I'm looking at it. Okay, so suitor continues to pursue woman despite being ghosted. Sounds innocent.
To a degree.
Off top of your head, what do you think that means? Like what time frame do you think this is?
So,
like when you're ghosted, right? Like you went on a date, you got ghosted.
So to me, that implies you went on a date, maybe 2 dates. You decided you didn't like the person. You blew them off completely instead of giving them an excuse, which can be sketchy. Yeah. And they consistently text you. That's my immediate impression because I've had that happen before.
Okay, so just don't read ahead. Let me give you the time thing here.
I'll turn away.
Okay, a man has been reaching out to me on a social media for 3 years. He claims to be in love with me, parentheses, after having only met me briefly once. And I think I believe him. It's hard to explain, but I think I may feel the same way towards him. The problem is I've ignored him for the last 3 years. I've blocked him on all social media, but he keeps finding ways to contact me. He even had flowers delivered to my house. To tell you the truth, I ghosted him because I'm terrified of what our, quote, love at first sight connection could mean. I have been hurt in the past, and I know a relationship of this magnitude could destroy me emotionally. I feel terrible for ignoring him, but my friends and family insist that he is a stalker. I didn't even read this last part. And I would never, and they would never understand if I decided to pursue a relationship with him. I feel paralyzed. What should I do? Just absorb that real quick, buddy. Take that in. Take that all in. Let's just read the bullet points again. Okay. He's been reaching out to her for dos, tres years.
3 years.
I don't know what years is in Spanish. He claims to be in love with her after having met her one time for a brief moment. And she believes him. That part, okay, you believe that he loves you. Fair enough. Okay. It's hard to explain, but she thinks she may feel the same way. After blocking him on all social media and doing everything in her power to ignore this person, she thinks that she might love him. Okay?
Okay.
So
this hurts.
He had flowers delivered to her house. She ghosted him because she's terrified of what their love at first sight connection could mean. And she feels terrible for ignoring him. So, who's crazier? The guy or the girl?
They might be on equal terms.
They might be soulmates.
They might be soulmates.
They might be soulmates.
Maybe they are really meant for each other. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so let's take it from the top. So contacted for 3 years after meeting once. Craziness level.
High. Red flag.
High, right?
High.
She blocked him, never talked to him.
Yeah. Super high.
Okay. After that, says he's in love with her after meeting only one time over the course of 3 years. Claims he's in love with her.
Super high.
Super high red flag.
Super high red flag.
Blocks him on everything. Social media, everything. Still continues to pursue.
Wait, what?
Blocks him on everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Still continues to pursue her. Finds her home address. Sends her flowers.
Super high. Ridiculously high red flag.
Okay. So this guy's one giant. He's the red flag salesman. She thinks she loves him.
So the problem here is that he clearly is not. Should I put on kitty gloves or should I put on?
No, put on the honest gloves.
Okay, honest gloves. Dude's fucking emotionally derailed. Like fucking railed. This is not normal behavior. Not normal. Sometimes people end up liking someone so much that they do things that they wouldn't normally do, right? This isn't that. Like sending someone flowers that you wouldn't normally do after they break up with you because you want to get them back. Maybe not the best move. People do it. It happens. Good intentions.
You learn.
You learn. You learn and you grow. This ain't that. This is someone who is not all together. And when I say red flags, I mean that. Like, this is not an okay scenario. It's not a safe scenario. I wouldn't even hint. Even reading this is dangerous because someone out there is going to think, she loves me.
Yeah.
She does love me.
You know what's fucked up?
She just doesn't know it.
You know what's even more fucked up?
What?
You put this in the hands of Shakespeare, and he'll make it sound like a fucking romantic novel.
I know. Tell me about it.
I mean, Romeo and Juliet, most famous love story of all time. They only knew each other for like 2 days.
They were also 14.
They knew each other for 2 days and killed themselves.
Yeah. Sounds like 14-year-olds.
Yeah. This is, I think she's kind of allowed this to be up here for too long without talking to people about it. And she's letting this do a lot of imagining and filling in a lot of blanks.
Yeah, that's a really good way to phrase it.
Like, she's not, she's almost daydreaming about a lot of like what if scenarios, and she's not saying these things out loud to people that are her friends. But when she is saying that, she's giving the bullet points to her friends, and they're not seeing all the other stuff because they're living on this planet. Now,
she's not in love with him. She's in. I think I got this from Family Guy. She's not in love with him. She's in love with the idea of him,
yes.
and the idea of him is the one that she's created in her head.
Yeah. And the weird thing is that more times than not, this is not a good situation.
No.
It's not. Is there a 1 in 10 billionth chance that this is a love at first sight and just a weird coinkydink thing? I'm sure there is.
Maybe.
But that most likely is not the case.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a fucking hopeless romantic. I wouldn't go within. I'm not for this.
yeah.
I'm for all the romantic bullshit. This ain't a cute story, kids.
So let's put it this way. If one of your friends came up to you
Yeah.
as the girl, what advice would you give her? Like if she came up to you and told you this, which is what we're supposed to be doing here, what would you say to her?
You need to immediately forget about this guy. You cannot file a formal report, but I would go to your local police department and let them know about the situation. I would do everything in your power. I would get off social media because clearly this is becoming a problem. I would get off. I know social media has a lot of draw to it, and a lot of people think it's positive for a lot of number of reasons, but get off that shit.
Yeah, it sounds like she has been making attempts to block her or to block him. So she isn't just like allowing it. She's blocking him.
Yeah.
And he's still finding ways to contact her.
And
which is not okay.
No, it's not okay. So, and the reason I'm saying delete social media is because your presence being there, I'm not victim blaming here. I know that's like a big no-no. It's not your fault that he's derailed, but you have to kind of force him into forgetting about you. Get off.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You have to at least try.
Yeah.
What else? I only see this getting more dangerous.
I
truly think this is a dangerous scenario.
100%. I think that this needs to be reported.
Yes.
And the guy needs to have his name on file in case
Somewhere,
a restraining order needs to be placed or something.
Yeah.
But what's fucked up, though, is that she's now at the point where she thinks that she might love him too.
That can only end in disaster. There's no way that doesn't end in disaster. There's not.
Yeah. And I think because it's been going on for so long that she's starting to think that her family, quote, doesn't understand, as opposed to, oh, they're seeing things exactly what they are.
What I would do is I would make her watch a ton of true crime videos. No, I'm serious. Because clearly there's a disconnect here.
Yeah.
She has to understand that, like, this isn't okay.
I don't understand. Here,
Imagine they get together and he ends up breaking up with her.
I just realized this is what's freaking me out about this, is that through all the things that she said, not once has she said, like, I'm afraid he might be crazy.
Yes.
Her concern is that she's afraid he's going to hurt her. And it's like, dude, if there's ever been a time where a guy's not going to leave you, it's probably the guy that's been pursuing you for 3 years and you didn't even, like, you've done nothing and he's still here. Like, that should be the least of your worries. Your worry should be, are you going to end up in a cooler in the back of a van?
You ever see the show You?
No. But I know what it's about.
Spoiler alert for the show You.
Don't spoil it for me. What if I want to watch it?
Oh, you're putting me into a difficult scenario here.
I know it's about a guy that gets obsessed with a girl and he ends up getting together with her because he's obsessed with her.
And so it doesn't spoil it too much because you already know about it, but, like, he knows everything about her. But he plays it off like they had just met.
Yeah.
And he stages, it's so creepy. So creepy. He stages everything.
Yeah.
Every step of the way, he knows what she likes, what she's going to do, where she's going to go, and he just arranges it so that he looks like the top guy. And
I want to know what happened to both of these people.
All right.
Who hurt them?
Let's see what Abby has to say.
Okay. If a relationship of this magnitude could destroy you emotionally, then I do not recommend pursuing it. Sane individuals who have been ignored for 3 years usually take the hint and walk away. Listen to your family. What this man is doing, to say the least, is unusual and could indeed be considered stalking.
She put on the kitty gloves,
Yes.
but she's correct.
Yes. I want to know how old this person is.
Even if it was a younger people, I mean, like, if they're 17, what, he's been pursuing her since they were 14? Like, it's weird.
I want to know because it's more acceptable the younger they are.
Yep.
No. I mean, acceptable as like common probably, but if she's like 30, you should know that guy's a fucking weirdo.
I know.
Like, he kind of been through some things.
You've been through this.
Like, you're old enough to order your own Netflix documentary series on the app.
It's bad.
Yeah. You don't end up in a cooler, lady. Come on. This guy's not for you.
You rocked me a little bit on
Go
this
with
one.
your gut instinct for the first 3 years. Okay? Go with that.
Keep doing. Let's just hope that she stays insecure enough to never follow through.
I want to know why. I need more on this. Not right now. I need more from this person. I need to know why they only met briefly once, what that entailed.
All right, so if you were the woman out there who wrote this article, let us know how it turned out. Let us know your life story because we desperately want to know. For the rest of you out there, just so you all know, we've ripped these advice column questions. That's rather difficult to say.
Advice column questions.
Thank you. From Dear Abby. You can Google her. We don't want to just rip her off. We want to give her credit, and you guys go visit her too. All of the things usually are really not hysterical. That's not that's not
No, it's not correct, sir.
They're usually very interesting reads. I'll put it that way. So Google Dear Abby. You can find her all over the place. Also, if you have questions that you want us to answer with our bro brains, you have the ability to do so. Go to brodownpro.com. We have links all over the place that allow you to submit questions anonymously.
Make some shit up.
Make some shit up. Yeah, we don't want to know the difference. You can put in your email address so we can notify you when they air. That is completely optional. Again, it's completely anonymous. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh,